right, so we are going to begin with our color wheel layout. And eventually you're gonna come up with your own color wheel design. Our colors are gonna look similar, but the actual design is gonna be different. So this is what we'll work on in the next couple of days. However, today we wanna get to the point where we have 12 equal sections in each of the 3 circles. And so we'll break it down into very simple, basic directions here. The first thing is that we've got to find the middle of the paper. So we're going to use these longer rulers today. And even though they're longer, they're still not quite long enough for this entire paper, but they're close enough. So what we're going to do is we're going to find the center point by drawing a light little X in the center. And everything we're doing right now is going to be extremely light because it's just temporary. So what I want to do is I want to line the corner of my ruler up with the corner of the paper, and I'm going to have to eyeball it and see that it's real close here. Needs to change down here though, so I'm going to slide it until it looks like, oh, pretty much the corner. And then I'm somewhere in the center here, I'm going to draw a very light line. Now for the video, I'm going to make it a little darker, but for your project, really make sure that it's about as light as you can get it. So that's where I think somewhere in this line I'm going to intersect with the next line that I draw. So again, I'm going to line it up, go corner of ruler, corner of the paper, same thing down here, get it as close as you can, and then where these two intersect, that becomes the center right there, okay? And so I put a dot in there just to make it more obvious. Any extra lines that you have can be erased because all we need right now is the dot for the center. Okay, so our next step is we're going to divide this into 4 equal quadrants. And so I'm going to put my pencil down on the point. I'm going to line my ruler up with my pencil, or the point, the dot, the middle. But I'm also going to make sure that my ruler is straight with the bottom of the paper. It was a little bit crooked, so I'm going to slide it over, make sure it's straight down here. And then I will draw a vertical line, or in your case, I believe it might be a horizontal line. I'm going to do the same thing, so it's perpendicular. I'm going to line the ruler up with the edge of the paper. I'm going to make sure that it hits the center. Whoa. And that happens sometimes. My lead also did not come through, so let me erase that and fix it before I draw my line correctly. Let's try it again. Lining it up. I believe I am out of lead. I'll be right back. There we go. And again, light lines are better than dark lines. Mine are a little dark for the video. Okay. Once we have this done, we now have to divide each of these quadrants into 3 sections. And I want to make sure that these lines that I divide line up with these lines. So what we're going to do is right in the very center here where the dot is, I'm in the top left, I'm going to make a V. Okay? In the right quadrant, top right, I am also going to make a V shape. Now I fell prey to I made the mistake and went with the line to the vanishing, or to the corner. I don't want to do that. So I'm going to make a V right here also. So you can see a V shape in my top left and a V shape in my top right. Okay. Once you have your V shape, you're going to line your ruler up with one side of your V shape. So I'm lining it up. And I'm going to draw a line all the way from the top of the paper to the bottom of the paper. And you can see it divided this section and this section right here. I'm going to do the same thing with the left side of my V. Wow, I am not drawing straight today. Somewhere, somehow, somebody invented a pencil with an eraser, and that's why we're going to use them. We're going to erase our mistakes and everything else. Okay, so I've got three areas here in this quadrant, 3 areas in this quadrant. We're going to do the same thing, top right, bottom left. Use your V shape. And there we go. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is I have 3 circular templates. One is a large, one is a medium, and one is a small. We're going to start with the large one, and I believe I have 2 of these for each table, 2 large, 2 mediums, and 2 smalls for each table. So I'm going to take the large template. I'm going to make sure it looks about the same on the left and the right, the top and the bottom. And once I have that, I'll just trace lightly around. Okay. Then we'll take the medium and do the same thing. And last but not least, we have this small one. We want that to be pretty much in the center. And it doesn't have to be exact, but it should be pretty close. All right, so now I've got 3 circles and 12 shapes within each circle. Okay, and that's our goal for today.